Wait, for real? Well, there's some in this pipe. Excuse me.
No more guarantors for student loan. Your government cares about your education, and we don't want you to ever have to worry about going to university. The Students' Loan Bureau has a loan for you, so you can focus on your future. A time brought to you by the Office of the Prime Minister is
6 o'clock.
I say all who no beat from morning run go walla fresh, go walla fresh, go walla fresh. All who no beat from morning run go walla fresh, go walla fresh, go walla fresh. Cause when you wake up in the morning now you don't walla fresh. Evening pass and you don't walla fresh. Water they come no. You is a dirty, and we're not dirty over here. We're clean. Good morning to you, sunrisers. Clean team.
Remember when that was an announcement? Water come, you know?
Yeah, water. Water come!
These kids would never know. Hey, water come, you know?
Water come, or the water truck.
Yeah.
I come.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you.
When you notice water pressure get low.
Yes.
And it's an announcement, everybody have to run go
run go water pressure low. Yeah. I gotta tell you.
Lord.
Yeah. Good morning, America. Good morning, Canada. Good morning, London. Good morning, Singapore. Good morning, Japan. Good morning, wherever you are in the world. Portugal. Good morning to my folks in Turks and Caicos. Good morning
TCI,
to you. Yeah, TCI.
Yeah,
Good morning to everybody watching, my New Yorkers. Good morning to you. If you're in one of those high-rise.
St. Vincent.
And the Grenadines.
And Trinidad.
Vinci Massive.
Yeah, because New York and a lady said, you the guy from CVM? And I'm like,
oh, wow.
And she's like, yeah, we watch you in the islands.
Oh, wow.
I was like,
wow. Hey, Vinci, how you doing?
Yeah, that was my bad general Eastern Caribbean accent. It wasn't anywhere specific.
Well, let me also say good morning to the people the folks in Guyana, because they watch us here on Sunrise. When I went to Guyana, oh my God, it was just so wonderful and just so heartwarming.
Yeah.
The reception was great. And I want to say big ups to the ITEL family in Guyana. So, you know, everybody in the Caribbean, you know, Antigua and Barbuda, St. Kitts as well. Mm-hmm. They're always watching, and we sincerely appreciate your patronage. My Bahamians, good morning to you, and the Caymanians as well. So, it's our whole region, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a regional show.
And we love it. We're global.
Yeah.
We're global.
Absolutely.
That's what we do.
Absolutely.
So wherever you are in the world, we've got you covered. It is Thursday, October 3, 2024. And do remember that there will never, ever be another day like this. So it is imperative that you make the most of today. Which brings us to our motivational quote for the day, Dennis, which says, strength does not come from physical capacity. It comes from an indomitable will to win. You know, Mahatma Gandhi.
Mahatma Gandhi. It is sunrise coming out of Kingston, Jamaica. It's now time for the headlines with our sweet treat, sweet teaks, with her sweet cheeks. Good morning, teaks.
Sweet teaks, sweet cheeks. I'm telling you.
Good morning.
Yeah. I'm just saying, you look like Candy.
Hey.
Candy.
Oh, thank you.
That sweetie we used to get, your grandmother used to get in church, and she used to come so. She used to come so. You can't see anybody.
I said the strawberry one. I don't know what you're speaking about, but I think it's a compliment, so I'll take it. How about that?
You never used to go to church, TK?
Let's talk about the headlines.
Oh wow. We need to
talk
have
about
like
the
a
headlines. Let's do that.
Keisha, we need a green screen and a confessional.
We're gonna do the headlines. Let's go. Great morning, everyone.
No, it's up.
So the headlines are.
We need to call back Father Olang here.
You know what? This is a safe space. Leave me alone. Gilead licenses generic drug makers for affordable HIV prevention. U.S. pharmaceutical company Gilead Sciences has licensed 6 generic drug manufacturers to produce its HIV prevention drugs. All right, I'm going to see if I get this right now. It's Lenacapavir. for lower-income countries. Responding to calls for broader access, this move allows generics to be made for 120 countries, significantly reducing costs from over $40,000 annually. Lenacapavir, which requires just 2 injections per year, has shown 100% effectiveness in trials, with Unitaid welcoming the announcement, pledging to fast-track access amid ongoing global HIV challenges, with 1.3 million new infections reported just last year. So that's good news.
That's a big deal. And
that's good news.
Exactly, but you know, you ever go to the pharmacy and them give you the price for one thing on the prescription, and then they say, but there's the generic one.
Yes.
You know, this one costs $20,000, but this is like
$20. And the generic too has the same effect or efficacy
it's just
as
branding.
the branded one. You know what I mean?
It's all about branding.
So I like this because, you know, HIV affects many Jamaicans, right? As, you know, here in Jamaica and around the world. And even though, you know, because of COVID and so many other things, talks of HIV have kind of taken the back, the back seat, but it is still very prevalent and still exists. And what is very prohibitive for a lot of persons, obviously, is the cost of the medication. So you want to get these types of medications in the hands of those who can't afford it, right? And because it's a lifelong thing, you want them to have access. So I really like this, and I think it's a step in the right direction.
Is Jamaica one of these low-income countries that is on the list?
I'm sure that any country that's categorized as a third world country is considered a low-income country.
We don't have third world anymore, you know.
Well, you know what I mean.
Father, what you doing again?
Writing the opera Isaiah.
Isaiah?
Jamaican opera, master.
Jamaican opera?
Yes. It's about the greatest of prophets.
When is it going to be?
5th and 6th of October.
One
weekend only.
Where can I get my ticket?
You have to check social media, master.
Social media?
Social media.
But Father, you got high-tech, man.
Yeah, man.
Isaiah, October 5 and 6 at the National Arena. 1 weekend only. Don't you miss it.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winford Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
The RMO, of course, is an umbrella entity of Rastafari groups. And as you said, we have our various principles that may differ a little one to another.
Yes.
Like I, as a Baba Shanti, I wear my turban. But there are those Rastafari who wear their tams, and there are those who choose not to wear any kind of headdress.
Right.
But within all of that, there is that oneness of principle in terms of we all hail unto the Most High, His Majesty, His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I, which make us all Rastafari.
Right.
And the need is there for that consolidated energy. And so the RMO, which is the Rastafari Mansion and Organization, is that energy that aims to foster long-lasting and working unity among the many facets of Rastafari.
So how does one become a member, and how are the mansions divided?
All right. We have a policy that once you are an organized Rastafari group, having a certain amount of ones, within your circle, then you can be a member of the RMO.
Right.
So we encourage individuals to align themselves to one of the mansions or organizations. Now, as you talk about the mansions, we refer to long-lasting Rastafari groups, such as the Nyabingi, the Bobo Ashanti, the 12 Tribe, House of Dread. We look at those as what we call legacy mansions, long-standing groups of Rastafari.
We know of those, yes, yes.
Right.
Yes, and so there are those.
Are there newer mansions that we don't know
Well, there are
about?
upcoming mansions like School of Vision.
Okay.
You know, there are upcoming mansions. We have great organizations like the Rastafari Choral Gardens Benevolent Society. These are long-standing groups of brethren that have stayed together for the benefit of Rastafari advancement.
Right.
And so we recognize all groups. The mansions and organizations, as I said, are just different terms referring to maybe your sustenance as a group for many years and that have worked as an agent of gathering Rastafari, you know, over the years of time. You know, so as I said, Nyabingi, Bobo Ashanti, 12 Tribe, those are the well-known.
But this morning we want to look at when you get the cash, when you get the check, the money is transferred to your account. That's not the end of it. And sometimes when you get paid, Dennis and Miss Kitty, we just go on about our business. Nobody checks the pay slip
That is true.
to see what is happening.
Guilty.
We just get the pay, money in the account, and we're gone.
Yeah.
But I want us to understand this morning our pay slip. Sometimes we only remember the pay slip when we want to go for a mortgage.
True.
Or a car loan. We say, oh, where's the last 3 pay slips?
Or take out furniture.
Or take out furniture, you want your last 3 pay slip. And then at that point, you don't even know if things were okay. Or if you understand it. Let's break it down this morning so you can understand your pay slip. So on screen this morning, you'll have a copy of a standard pay slip. It will differ from companies to companies depending on where you are employed, but the basic components are typically the same on your payslip.
Okay.
So your payslip on screen this morning will have the payment date, which is important. It will also have personal information. So things like your TRN will be on your payslip. Things like your NIS. Things like your name have to be. It's your payslip.
Yes.
What department you are in, your payslip number. Things like those to personally identify that this payslip is for Dennis or for Miss Kitty.
Yes.
All right. It may have your department. Those basic things it may have. You drop down to the payslip line or your income line or the line that deals with money that is coming in. The top part of your payslip sometimes or the left component. In this case, they have one side. It will show you your salary that is on your contract 1, in your letter 2, if you've got an increase 3, whatever figure is in your contract, your per annum figure, it is translated on a monthly basis on your payslip. So for example, if your letter says that you get $1.2 million per annum as your salary, on the payslip you see $100,000, which is the 1.2 million divided by 12 to get your month if you are monthly paid. All right.
Okay,
so your letter
that's your gross.
That's your. I'm gonna get to go, but that's your gross monthly salary.
Yes.
That will be on your payslip if you are monthly paid,
So
and it
if you
shows
want
on
paid
your.
tithes, you have to look this up.
If you want to pay that well, some people pay on their net, some pay on their go. We're not talking about tithes this morning. Hallelujah.
Glory.
Preach this morning.
Hallelujah.
But we're talking about what's coming on the payslip.
Yes.
In some cases, people also have other allowances. So in this scenario, this person gets a taxi allowance. You see, NT beside it is not taxed. And you see over here, it's $22,000.
Did not know that.
Some persons get like their laundry allowance. You see that is $1,009 on their salary. Some people get a uniform allowance that is paid every single month. Sometimes in organization you get it once per year. Either way, in this case, those are all the income streams from this person's salary
If you're
now.
a traveling officer, you might get a
You
traveling.
get your traveling, and in most cases, sometimes it's a non-tax traveling allowance as well.
okay.
So you'll see it on your salary here. Yeah, obviously it's tax. In some cases, it's tax as well.
The reclassification.
Everything has been taxed in recent times.
Yes.
I know in earlier days when you were getting some benefits, it's
Nice,
non-tax. Yeah, but now, government want for them one out of every single thing.
Yeah.
So you see you have all your earnings on this side, which gives you a total income of $228,487. This is this person's gross income. And I'll explain what is gross income after. Then you have the deduction section, which is in this scenario,
the part of
it is
stomach.
where you have your taxes.
Yeah.
All right. So in this example, this person pays income tax of $18,652. They pay their education tax, which is also mandatory. You must pay income tax, education tax, NHT tax, and your NIS, which is also a pension.
Right.
Those are mandatory.
When your lips touch mine, let's explore all Football, September 7 to December 14 on CVM TV.
Schoolboy Football, brought to you by Edgechem, AIM Financial Services, Texaco, and Connix.
Our days get a little complex sometimes. Often so many things make sense, yet so many do not. We are being intentional about giving prominence to the big stories in order to clarify and enlighten. Lead Story explains who, what, when, where, why, and how. Lead Story with George Davis, weekdays at 6:30 p.m. on CVM TV.
I mean, really, basically, there's certain things that you find a point of entry for the character, and you're like, okay, I'm like him this way, this way, this way. These are the ways in which I'm not alike. We may have a different accent. We may come from a different part of the world or the country. And that's where the work is. You do your research from that, and you try to incorporate as much of those things into yourself as possible.
Yeah.
Sundra, one of the things I appreciate about you is your passion for developing another generation of actors. You come to Jamaica with this project, and clearly you're trying to say, look, especially the part about the business of acting, because it's not just about talent, is it?
Exactly. Well, look, we've been actors for many years, right? And I think a lot of times people, what they see is they have no idea what's behind the scenes, right? I mean, look, we all went to NYU, and I know for me personally, it was one of the most distinguished institutions for learning as it is, but I didn't learn anything about the business side, right? And so much has changed since we graduated, so much has changed since the pandemic, and even within the last year. I mean, we're now in an industry-wide contraction. What does that mean? We'll get into that, but just know that it affects us, and we're usually the last to know, we're the last to know, and the hardest hit of decisions that are made in this industry. So I always believe knowledge is power. I said, look, I cannot promise you a job. I cannot promise you that you'll be hired, but I can give you some education so that at least you walk with your head high and you feel empowered. And especially coming from Jamaica, I don't want you to feel like, well, I come from Jamaica, how I can do anything in Hollywood. You know what? I don't want you to feel like that is a hindrance for you. So if I can give you some knowledge and I can give you some education, so at least you feel empowered to make decisions now, whether it's even, I don't really want to do this. Then at least you can do it from an informed place and not feel so much like a victim and not feel so much like you are constantly held at the mercy of other people, because what we do, we can't hire ourselves.
I like that, because also, as you were talking about earlier in the earlier segment, about even, you know, negotiating a contract, because you come from Jamaica or you're not really, you know, boss yet, somebody wants to give you $100 and you feel so grateful that, but you don't really realize that you deserve $100,000 for that role.
Big difference.
Sandra, you know what I'm talking about?
On that check. So you gotta read the check.
But you two are an accomplished actress. You've been around the block. You've been doing your thing. Talk to us about your role in this presentation.
Well, I do. I spin the block, apparently. Yeah, you know, I think my role is, I feel like I'm kind of in between the two in terms of, you know, the glue of, yes, I really want people to feel empowered as well, but my journey is, I mean, I'm not, obviously, unfortunately, Jamaican, although whenever I'm around Sandra, I'm like, can I claim Jamaica? Can I claim Jamaica?
Well, today we're here to talk about how you build, home builders. So once you've contributed 52 weeks, you already start the process in your journey of getting your own home. So take away the 52 weeks, let's say 1 year. You contribute for a year. After contributing for a year now, you have to, if it is that you have your own land, that's a good start. Having your own land means it's registered in your name. Now, what if it is not registered in? Once you're making the steps to get it registered in your name, that's the next step. And following that now, you need to have a plan. So that plan to the municipal to have it approved, and you come into the NHT, and whereas we have our project officers and managers who give you that step-by-step guidance. So we it's like a home doctor per se. And so and a lot of people who really want to customize their own look and feel, you know, so the NHT is giving you that opportunity to do just that.
Nice.
But sometimes people might think that they may qualify, but they don't. Who qualifies and who doesn't?
All right. Once you have contributed for
the 52
weeks.
No, all right. So let me be more specific with my question. So, for instance, say you came to the NHT, and this is not if you want a fixer-upper, and you know you want the loan to now do the home improvement. That's a different loan, because there are different loans for different purposes. So I know back in the day, it used to have a build on own land loan, and tell us about this home builder loan as a specific, as distinct from something else.
You said build on own land.
Yeah.
The home builders loan is the same thing. It's just a change of name and look and feel. So it's the same thing. It's building on your own land.
Okay.
So it points to the fact that you're owning your own land and you build on it.
Land, what about if there's a structure there already? We're talking about
if there's a structure there already and you're improving that, that's a home improver's loan. So it's totally different. There's a
this
different.
is something specific.
Right.
All right. So Jason, what is NHT offering to persons? What is the range of offerings in relation to this home builder's loan?
The home builder's loan is offering to customers the opportunity to build from the standpoint where NHT is offering plans free of cost. Totally free plans. We have a range of plans which are free of cost that we offer to our customers, and we continue to do this. Additionally, we give all the costings for the plan, all the bill of content cost, the estimate is offered with the plan, free of cost. So in other words, we are saving the customer that extra cost
No, it is a
significant
cost, you know. Yeah, because you want to get plans drafted.
Correct.
It's not $2 to do it.
And then to get bill of quantities is another.
So we have from the studio plans straight up to 3 bedrooms in 2 different types.
So how much money are people actually getting, Jason?
Currently now we are getting 7.5 is the maximum that we give to each customer based on affordability.
Yes.
And essentially this could, in starting, could give you about, say, roughly 630,000 square feet, 1 bedroom comfortably. And that's a good start.
Fan Central Pitside, brought to you by Edgechem, AIM Financial Corporation, Texaco, and Connex.
Hi everyone, my name is Kurt Dunn.
Greetings from Kali's Kelly Yoga.
Hey, it's Travel Morrison, and I am your National Physical Activity Specialist. And it's time to make a move.
Jamaica, let's get moving again. Season 2 of the Ministry of Health and Wellness Jamaica Move series is here. Join us Wednesdays at 5 a.m. and Saturdays at 8 a.m. right here on CVM TV. Let's get moving.
Make a move now.
It was awesome. I think it felt very rewarding. I've done JCDC before, and I was not rewarded as such. I feel like I put a lot of energy out this time around, and so to feel like all the reward coming back to me, it was really exciting. I feel like being on stage was such a pulsating moment. Like it was one of a kind. It was awesome.
The teachers are very important as part of your development. So who is your teacher and who is your teacher? Are you the same?
No, we're not the same.
Okay, all right. So tell me about your teacher and how they helped you, and you can do the same.
Okay, I'm going first. So I have 2 teachers. I have Gracia Thompson and Jonathan McLaughlin.
Okay.
Okay, so Jonathan was very instrumental in my shaping, shaping me in the arts. He actually wrote the one-woman show that I got awarded for, and he directed it. So he was one of the most influential persons that I can say today that has helped me in the performing arts sector and to shape me as an actor overall.
Wow. And he was awarded as
he was multiple awards.
Wow. And for you?
My director, because that's what we call him.
Yes.
My director was O.J. Shackelford.
Okay.
He's a past Arden student, an alumni of Arden, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's stern, but time and place, and he shaped my character because I was, you're young and you're frolic and all the things. He shaped that.
Focus.
Right, he instilled discipline and shaped me to who I am now as the president,
Well, I want to say congratulations to you ladies and big up for all the hard work. It paid off and we wish you guys all the best. But this is where we have to skedaddle up and out of here and say goodbye.
For today.
Yeah, big ups to everybody that watched and big ups to all our guests who made it to the show.
Yeah,
we love you guys. Full of beer talent, you know what I mean? And we have even more talent to come. So have a great day. Remember, kindness is karma, so be as kind to as many persons as you possibly can, and also remember to be kind to yourself. Thank you so very much for joining us each and every morning, and you can watch us. Where can they watch us, Dennis?
They can find us on YouTube. You can look for CVM TV. You can find us at CVM Sunrise, at Sunrise CVM and CVM_television on Instagram for the best bits of the show today. Tomorrow is going to be another great show, so stick around. But there's always so much to see here on CVM, so you don't have to touch that remote. Just keep watching CVM.
But we're not going to leave them hanging at all because we're closing out. We have to show them the talent because we told you that Kimoy is a talented individual. She won our prize. Prizes. And so they're going to perform right here. Have a great day, guys. Thank you so much, ladies. Big up Arden High School and all the teachers and everybody there. Have a great day. Mwah. Love you guys.
Care.
Bye.
Was paralyzed by fear when they heard a mighty multitude was quickly drawing